So we're here at Westgate AMC Theaters. I'm here with Jules, my wife, and we're gonna go watch that Star Wars movie. We're really late, but I just caught up on Disney Plus, so yeah. And this is the Terk Series Players Club. So yeah, we're just hanging out, and we're gonna afterwards we're probably gonna go back home and get some work done, hopefully, maybe. I'm gonna ask you a question, Julio. Okay? So, what do you think about that new Terk series that everybody's been talking about?
Dude, unreal.
Unreal?
I can't get enough of it.
Thank you.
I need to see more.
Babe, what do you think about that new Terk series YouTube that's been everybody's been talking about? Well, apparently the intro hasn't came out yet. Otherwise,
I hope it's gonna be fire.
Okay, so apparently it's not out yet because they don't know nothing about it. And haters. All right, I'll catch you guys after the movie because we're late to the movies too. Not just late to watching the movie, we're late to the actual movie. So we just got back from the movies. We're here back at Players Club headquarters. I got my little brother right here. You guys will see him a lot more often. We brought some goodies for Kev. And we're just waiting for Castro to open up so we can see what we got inside. This is the daily. You'll probably see more about this one later on. I got this from Type R Jose back in California. It's been a great daily. I registered it here in AZ. And here we go. Who's that, Julie?
Long time no see. What's up, dude?
What's up, man? So yeah, we just got back from the movies. And we got the hookah going. Hell yeah. Where's Castro?
Putting his J's on or something, I don't know.
His J's. So, our last video, you saw where my EM1 ended up. It's actually here at Players Club headquarters, and this is where I'll be doing everything I'm doing. I kind of just wanted to, honestly, like, I have an idea of what I want to do, but I kind of want to bring, the audience with me as I come up with new ideas and make changes. But yeah, everything in here is going to get changed out for sure. I loved everything in here. Everything worked perfectly fine. But now with me knowing a little bit more, I want to, learn more and, change it up. Doesn't hurt to change it up every now and then, Yep, so this is where we're at right now. The whole purpose of the Terk series is kind of just, I'm just going to pretty much just do random videos and show you guys, everything. Everything I can from my point of view. So we're here with Wifey and her red EM1. She has a dead cylinder on cylinder 4. I already compression tested it. Everything else was good. So we are debating whether we should replace the motor completely. It's the original B16A2, rebuild it. LS VTEC, B20 VTEC, I don't know yet. We're gonna pull it out for now, and then we will be going around looking for a new motor or decide what we want to do. And yep, this is it. We're in our backyard. I actually got rid of a lot of my tools that I had back here when I used to work back here. So we're just gonna be just winging it with what I have out here. So I won't go back and forth into the garage and grab new tools, So, yep, we'll keep you guys updated on this. I got Wifey removing the wheels and gonna start removing the front bumper, just so we have more clearance when we remove the motor. So far we have all the harness stuff's already pulled out. the firewall area. We have all the fuel lines removed. You know, we have the throttle cable removed. I purposely left all the coolant stuff. Everybody always starts by removing the coolant stuff. I take my time on that because then it makes a damn mess over there. Because even if you drain it, you start pulling these out, and then you got a big ass mess down there while you're trying to do like axles, shift linkage, all that shit. Next up, I'm gonna remove that T-bracket, and then this slave here, and then I'm gonna move down there and start doing like shift linkage and axles, and then I guess we can start pulling it. I like to do a clean, removal of everything. I wrap everything around the motor. I leave everything attached. I just remove it, detach it from the car itself. So this car is pretty dang rusty. As you can see, it's pretty nasty. But I've been very careful when removing every bolt. Every bolt that I've removed will be replaced with the new one. As you can see, the radiator is still on there. So I leave that on there so that, like I said before, so the water is not all in the bottom, in my way, covering, making a mess and such. As you can see, all the axles are out. The shift linkage is out. The header is out. So I wanted to talk about a little bit about the issues I've came across. Since it is rusty, we're not used to that here in Arizona, but I've been very careful. Use a lot of WD-40 to get, to make sure I take off every bolt carefully. And the only issues I've had so far are the battery bracket bolts. They were pretty damn rusted on there, but what I did was I jammed a reducer socket, and I was able to unbolt them, and luckily they did not break. They actually came off pretty good. And then these tins here, they broke off, so I'll probably be drilling those out, rethread them and put new, pass them through new bolts. Other than that, I had a little issue with the header. It was actually welded on there. Let's see, where did I put that thing at? Oh, here it is. It was welded on there by a previous owner, so I ended up cutting it so that I can put a new flange and a new header, obviously. So yeah, I did whatever I can to reach that. I used a grinder. It's like $15 from Harbor Freight. I already had one, so I didn't have to go, luckily. And I removed the fan here. It's pretty nasty. I didn't have any issues though taking it off. So pretty much every bracket, every bolt I'm going to be replacing. I still have the AC charged. I wanted to save that recharge, but I will be cleaning that up. I used an old belt and a 10mm to hold it up. I removed the bracket there so I can, decide whether I want to pull it or drop it. Either way is fine. I was very fortunate not to struggle with the axles, the ball joint. I didn't use the fork tool that people like to use. So I banged it out and came off. So I was able to pull off the axles, no problem. The T-bracket didn't give me any issues. I actually kind of cheated and snuck in a impact down there, and I was able to loosen that bolt there. The rear bolt's kind of a pain sometimes. I'm sure you guys know what I'm talking about. The shift linkage bitch pin wasn't bad. It had the dust boot and cover, so that was great. It protected it. So it was just like any other bitch pin. These I won't be struggling with these. These are already broken loose and I don't have any issues with them. So now I can finally remove this radiator, drain all the fluids, pull off the rear hose here, and that's it, man. It's coming out after that. Everything else is gone. Real simple. Sure you guys done it many times. I like to take my time no matter how many times I've done it. I still, every car I do, I take my time, and I mean, I don't run into these rust issues very often, you know, but you know, I think I tackled it pretty well. Yep, I'm very fortunate. Nothing crazy has happened so far. Oh, and for the motor, I decided to go with an Jbterk build that I've been building slowly in the garage for about a year. Slowly, you know, try not to break the bank. So I have that, and I kind of wanted this more of a daily, but that motor's a little bit more than that. But I'm gonna be dropping that in, and that's what I'll be driving. All right, so I wanted to bring you guys back in here so you guys can see, you know, what's going on here. Radiator's out. There's literally nothing around it still attached to the motor. I decided to pull it from the top. Why? Just because. But here's the radiator mess that I was talking to you about. It's kind of hard to take off shift linkages, axles when you got, you know, water dripping on you. You know, you're already putting in the work, and then for your motor just to start peeing on you like that, you know, you don't want that. So yeah, do the radiator last. You know, nothing fell on me. You know, there it is. The only drip that I had was when I pulled the axles. The transmission was kind of overfilled a bit, so it started leaking, and you know, I grabbed the pan and drained it all out just so it won't be dripping at all. But yeah, let me show you the car a bit more. This is the 2000 Honda Civic Si. It's all pretty much stock. My wife was driving it. Cylinder 4 went out on the freeway, and yeah, this was definitely not planned. It was kind of sudden, and this is definitely not like a how-to video. This is more just showing you, you know, the everyday things that people don't really talk about, you know. Yep, so motor took a shit, and now we're pulling it out. It was all original, VIN matching, everything, but now it's not, because I'm gonna pull it out. But yeah, this is it. It's definitely not an AZ car, that's for sure, as we showed you guys there. But yeah, I'm using Pittsburgh, you know, Harbor Freight cherry picker. Nothing special. I've had it for a while. Basic backyard tools. Nothing from the garage really, besides the impact. I'm not using any air tools, and I was able to pull out, you know, this rusty swap out of here. So yeah, I'm definitely gonna clean up all that mess, you know. Under the car, besides the piping, there's not much rust. Surprisingly, it's not crazy. I replaced the fuel pipe that was rusted, so that's replaced already. I covered it up so you can't really see it anymore, but yeah, I'm not even gonna try. So yeah, here we are. All right, so all I did was lift it up from the last video. So yeah, I want you to get a closer look at what I left in here. I left pretty much everything in here. I didn't struggle. I didn't have anything in the way. You know, taking out that fan really helped. I didn't used to do that before. Motor mount stayed, this bracket stayed. You know, I could have took out a lot more, but kept it real simple. Everything's still on the motor pretty much. I took off this bracket here, this bracket here. You know, everything else is still on there. The harness is complete, nothing broken. That's it. I'm gonna clean all this up, as much as I can. Try not to spend too much time, money into it, you know. It's more of a daily anyway. But yeah, that's it. That's all I got for now. Stay tuned to see what happens next. You know, I'm a little dirty. This is Monday, Martin Luther King Day. Everybody was at work during the day, so I didn't really call anybody to say, hey, come over. But my wife's inside. She's watching baby, watching our daughter. So, yeah. If you ever have any need any advice, you know, feel free to, you know, DM me, Terk Almighty Players Club. You can find me on their website too. I drive the black EM1. The previous episode was, I think the last thing I did was just park it over there. I did my introductory. I just kind of showed you guys where it ended up. So I'll be working on that as well as this. I'll keep you guys updated. So, you know, hope you had a good lunch and watch this video. That's all I got, man. See you guys next time.